How you doing, commanders? Rocket here, RPG Gaming. Got a Watch Your Realms video showcasing Cassiel. So, I'll just start off by saying I think he's an absolute great hero. You can use him in all kinds of applications, whether it's keeping the tank ahead of him alive, doing damage. He's got a cool ultimate range. Okay. So his talent, he gains 1 stack of Divine Sigil every 60 seconds for each ally in the ultimate range, for a maximum of 3 allies. So if you have 3 allies in his ultimate range, he will do more damage, he will regain more rage regen, and his ultimate also will cast Divine Retribution. So normally it's deals 700% damage, defense penetration, a 1-second stun, and then after, if there's enemies still in the ultimate range, consumes a Divine Sigil, stores 50% rage. But you'll notice this guy will literally ult 5 times in a row. So he's great like that. But if there's 3 allies in the ultimate range, he does Divine Retribution, which not only does the 700% penetration damage, it also deals 350% physical damage of the same type that ignores defense to one enemy with the lowest HP. And how I'm going to showcase him with the level 4 crystal, Mossy crystal, it is usually ideal to have 3 enemies in his ultimate range, because then he's hitting one for big damage, and then he's basically executing whatever one has low HP. It really helps for you to save heroes for the random deployments, and he's just super clutch for that. And you can also use him in arena, though I don't see him as much as I used to, but in the lower levels, if you pull this guy, even with the epic Arbiter Lord, he might work in the arena. I don't use him in the arena, but you certainly can. So, crazy ultimate, low cost, and you'll notice in the video, he casts it 3, 4, 5 times in a row. 120% damage to one enemy, pretty standard. The passive, after casting ultimate, increases rage restored by consuming Divine Sigil by 50%. So you'll notice sometimes he just ults 5 times in a row. This is why, and it also, very important, 30% damage reduction, which is great, especially when you use him with Draylen. You pair him with Draylen. Draylen's got that final damage reduction. Cassiel has 30% damage reduction. So when that boss is coming from that top lane, it's just very, very hard to kill Draylen. Even standalone, let alone if you have a healer healing Cassiel at the same time. Okay, so that's a great passive. Fortified Blessing shares 50% of damage taken by one ally and head, and the ally gains physical damage and 20% magic damage reduction. So all the time he's given that 20%, and he's sharing 50% of the damage, which is super crazy good. Okay, and then yeah, in arena, he's got damage increase, which is why I see him sometimes in the arena. But we'll go into the Awakenings, because they are super, super strong. Every one of them pretty much is crazy strong. So when he's deployed, he gains 3 stacks of Divine Sigil, and when there's no enemies in range, he's restoring that extra rage. And you'll notice in the higher crystals, the more rage that he gets back, because sometimes he'll hit that one enemy that's coming towards him, and then he'll kill him, and there'll be no more enemies in range, and then it'll take him a while to build up his rage. With 20 extra rage per second, it's crazy. All he does is ult. He's ult, ult, ult. Crazy, crazy. A little bit of attack. That's beautiful. Awaken 3. When Divine Retribution, remember that's the big attack, the 750, then the 350, the lowest HP, is activated, increases single target damage dealt by the hero by 25%. So that's, he's ulting all the time. So you're getting 25% pretty much extra damage from this guy, and defense penetrating damage, right? Now, I don't agree with this awakening. Okay, penetration plus 8%. I'm gonna put off an inquiry, in-game suggestion, something like that. Why is someone that it basically hits all the time with complete defense penetration? Why are we doing 8% penetration? Normally, penetration is great for an A4, but Cassiel, no. And then 5, just so much more tankiness. So when the Divine Retribution, that's when he has the 3 allies around him, is cast, he gains a shield equal to 25% of HP for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 100%. So he just becomes the angel savior of whoever's in front of him, right? Like, and I've seen some people, and I've tried to use him in GVG, but the Chaos Mages and the Chompers, sometimes it's just a little too much damage for him to take, unless you're building him in a complete tank set. But he shines if he's doing damage and he's tanky. That's where Cassiel shines, in my opinion. So that's the awakenings. Okay. Let's talk about lords. Okay, let's talk about lords. More importantly, let's talk about the upcoming banner, Elder, that is paired with him. So I think Elder is an amazing choice for Lord. I believe, in my opinion, that Northerners faction is better for Cassiel. With Elder, you're getting, every time your faction team member has a shield, their attack is increased by 20%. So imagine Cassiel A5 paired with Elder. That's crazy. Maybe even arena viable. And now with Elder buff, I don't have him. I think I'm gonna pull for him. I've been saving up a long time with my ancients, and I think I might pull for Elder. I might pull for him. So great Lord skill. Elder, like I say, seems like a great Lord. He got buffed. He's a fighter, right? He's got 2 tile damage. I'm gonna try to pull for him, especially to pair with Cassiel. But I mean, even me pairing him with my heart is something you can do, because he's still getting the 15% basic attribute boost, and every once in a while team members gain a shield equal to 30% of their max HP, and that is cool too. Elder does the same thing. And then the defensive shield. So I pair him with hearts when I want him to tank, especially in Malriks, because very often I need another tank or swap out tanks or something like that. And if you can have a Lord that benefits Draylin, Cassiel, Iris, the new healer, King Arts is a great pair with Cassiel already. So if you're going for Elder and you get Cassiel, okay, don't be disappointed, especially if you have Hearts. If you have Hearts If you get both Elder and Cassiel, you're laughing. So, my opinion of Cassiel is he's a very good hero, and you never know what kind of content Moonton's going to be putting out. Cassiel's going to be great for a lot of things. Mainly the Mossy crystals at the top left, as you'll see in my video. That's really about all I have to say about Cassiel. I'm gonna pull for him for his A1 anyway, and I hope to get Elder in the process, but I got no problem with running Cassiel with Hars in the Malrik trials. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up, please. Thanks, bye. Rocket here at RPG Gaming. Today I've got a Cassiel showcase for your all enjoyment. I'm going to be showcasing him on a level 4 Mossy Crystal. Now, my apologies. The Healing Fly wasn't the best option to showcase Cassiel. Not only that, but the boss ends up coming from the bottom instead of the top. And the top is ideally where you want to place him. But this will give you an idea of what he's capable of. The level 4s being quite tough. I can beat them sometimes. This one, I came very close, but because of the Healing Fly and the timing and the boss at the bottom, I kind of wasted a little bit. Just for you guys, so I would appreciate a like. And yeah. So Flora gets placed first, followed by Iris and King Hearts at the bottom. They're going to pretty much handle that bottom lane. Up top, I throw Nazov first, then Morden, then Draylen. So that if there's a lightning bolt, it hits Draylen. And this is where I made my first mistake, is I placed Cassiel last. I'm supposed to place Draylen last. I had run this gem 4 times before this, so this was my last chance at doing it. I thought I had it. Thought I had it. But Cassiel in that spot will pretty much keep Draylen alive and do a substantial amount of damage himself. And I placed Naza behind Cassiel because I need her in this scenario to take out these Healing Flies. On the lower crystals, Cassiel can honestly almost solo that lane, even when the boss comes out. It's nice to have Numera or Naza pointed forward, just above Draylen, in between Draylen and Morden. But for all intents and purposes, this is what we're doing. So Valar is doing pretty good on the bottom lane. The reason I placed Hars first is because I need to do some swap out for him and Cyrus, because the boss that comes out of that bottom lane hits quite hard. And Morden in this case doesn't even need the inspiration from Nerissa, so I'm not using the Nerissa Morden strat. And here comes the guy there, the whatever you want to call him, the troll. So that's pretty cool. That's a red chest. And that's one of the only reasons that I wanted to actually do this. I was, well, maybe it's worth it if I fail a little bit at the end. So got the treasure troll there, and he drops his nice red chest, so that's cool. And you can see Cassiel went down, and that's because of how I placed him, and so that really messed everything up. I placed Numera at the bottom to help take out this boss. And luckily, Draylen stays alive long enough up top for Naza to finish off those waves. And this boss, he's real tanky. and there's a wave that comes after him, so you kind of have to save the Valara ult. I was trying to take him out quicker before and using the Valara ult, and then just get swarmed. Another thing in this key is the hero's block is reduced by 1. So that's not good either. So I wait until the boss is good and dead. And I save Valara's ult up. And there goes the boss. And now Numera's ult. Try to kill him as fast as possible. Just do as much damage as you can. Because him taking up that 1 block is an issue. And I pop Valara's ult here. Luckily, we kind of got lucky and the healing fly spawns at the top during one of these waves instead of the bottom. Sometimes it spawns right at the bottom. Well, what do you do with 100% healing range? I mean, and they heal for a 250,000. So if you're only doing 240k, it's just not going to cut it. So I wait until the swarms are done, and then I pop Numera's ult. Trying to take this boss down so I can get my Cassiel up there, because things will get bad real fast. You can see Draylen's just barely hanging in there. So I get rid of Numera. I place Cassiel first. I get rid of Cyrus. Cassiel followed by King Hars, because there's every 10 seconds lightning hits the last placed hero. And you'll see the health bar of Draylen and Cassiel. So you can see just how great Cassiel is at sustaining that team up there. You really only need Draylen, Cassiel, and Nazah. Morden, honestly, is optional. If you can place Nazah right above Draylen, facing left, and then face Morden, place where he is, but face him right. And then he can take out anything that spawns from the right. And also, if you place a tank right above Cassiel and he has 3 surrounding allies, that's when he really shines. That's when he's doing 30% more damage. And you can see he just ults and ults and ults. And he hits hard. It's damage mitigation or defense mitigation from him, I believe 100%. So he's ideal for that spot up there, really. I had a level 5 purple I was gonna try for this, but the Frostburn, you have to use piercers and cleansers, and I just don't have the team to do it. So, but this is a great showcase. You can see if Cassiel wasn't up there, it wouldn't work. So, and he's northerner, especially when he's getting shields from Hars, from Draylen. He's got defense mitigation, and Draylen's got the final defense mitigation, or final damage mitigation. And you can see I almost get that healing fly leaked by there. And these guys are just, there's just too many of them, and there's just not enough block down there. Maybe I should have used Nazah on the bottom, but Nazah's ult doesn't come around fast enough. And that's it. That's as far as I got in that one, unfortunately. But I wanted to see what was in one of these level 4 reds. And would you look at the loot? Would you look at the loot? And some may say I even got unlucky with the sophisticated chest. With the treasure goblin. And people are complaining about these level 4 reds being so rare. For good reason. You only need to do about 10 of them before your entire gears is augmented. So that was it. That was it. And I was so angry at myself for not showing the stats. So here's the gear. I'm not even sure if I showed every hero. I was just so upset about not showing the stats, because you'll show Cassiel doing almost as much damage as Valara. It's crazy. Oh, I hate myself right now for doing that. If I had another level 4, I would rerun it and redo a video, but I don't. So here it is. All the gear's good gear. Cassiel, I have him in high HP build, but he still does damage. And his high attack. So yeah, Cassiel, I think he's got about 80k HP. And he still does damage to almost be up there with Valara. It's when he has the 3 surrounding allies, I should say. And he just does that much more damage. But for keeping the team alive, that's what I would use him for in Malrik's. And yeah, that's the showcase. He's a great hero. As I say, paired with either Harse or Elder. Depends if you want him for damage or you want him for tankiness. Great hero, though. And as always, if you stayed till the end, I appreciate your time. Thanks, bye.